Well, joining me now from Athens is Giannis Dimourakis. You're a managing partner for Scotwork Hellas. Thank you for joining us. You are there on the ground in Greece. What is the situation like? Is the population afraid of bank liquidation? Are they expecting a Grexit?
Well, Jamie, they are quite, let's say, baffled with the situation because expectations had been structured last week that we are going to find a solution around this, and that this week would be a week where we would have a signed agreement with the creditor institutions. Now, clearly, this is not the case, and when people's expectations, which have been structured very carefully over the last several months, the situation now is quite tricky. There's no panic in the streets. Cash machines, ATMs are not functioning yet. Very few are starting to dispense the limited cash that has been imposed. But I would not say that people are in a state of panic. People are calm, but this remains to be seen whether it's going to remain or not.
I don't know, Giannis, if you had a chance to hear what Jean-Claude Juncker had to say earlier. Among many things, he said Greece's exit from the Eurozone will never be an option for him, but that he can't quite defend against all others. Do you feel like he is giving up?
No, I don't think so. I think Claude Juncker has indicated time and again his dedication to keeping the Union together, irrespective of which country is in danger. I think my take I listened to Claude Juncker very, very carefully. I think his main purpose was to try to convey to the Greek people his side of the story and the creditor side of the story, which is not exactly the same as what has been portrayed in the local media here. The media, the Greek media, focused over the last several weeks very much on the austerity measures contained into the package that has been negotiated. Jean-Claude Juncker made the point that this package did not contain only the austerity measures, but it also made certain provisions around the possibility of financing a stimulation plan for the Greek economy, and this has not been heard almost at all.
Would you say now that the Prime Minister, Alexis Tsipras, his Foreign Minister, Mr. Varoufakis, they are truly between a rock and a hard place? How are they going to get out of this?
That's a very good question. I can't see an easy way of getting out of this because once banks are closed, it is very, very difficult to imagine under what kind of circumstances they will manage to reopen them. In my view, there are only two possibilities. One is to have the machines dispensing currency other than the euro, and obviously I'm talking about the local currency, and that's not an easy feat, and it's going to take a lot of time. And the second is to arrive at such a solid and firm agreement with the creditor institutions that will prompt, for example, the creditors to come out and say, we're 100% behind Greece, there is no risk, you can freely open the banks and, create the kind of confidence that has completely been demolished over the last couple of days.
But realistically, neither of those are very good options.
Well, that's the million-dollar question, or maybe the multi-billion-dollar question. And I think Varoufakis and Tsipras are now in a very, very hot spot because irrespective of what the referendum result is next Sunday, I cannot see how they can manage to put everything back on track again.
Do you think there's any chance they'll have a quick about face and go back to the creditors now and say, all right, we accept?
I think you could expect that from a mainstream politician, but neither of these two are mainstream politicians. Tsipras is an ex-communist youth. Varoufakis is a game theorist. I would dare call him a marginalized economist worldwide. I don't think they think in the way a mainstream politician will think and put down logic. I think they have the very line of thought, and that will not allow them to come back and turn the cards all over again.
All right, Giannis, thank you so much, Giannis Dimarakas, for taking the time to speak to us there from Athens on what is turning into a very interesting day in the developments of the Greek financial crisis. Of course, we'll be staying on top of that for you throughout the day here on France24. And don't forget, you can always follow our live blog for minute-to-minute updates. That address, of course, is on our website, France24.com.